So, even everyone, my name is Lew Smith. We've teamed up with these guys to give you a 15% discount when you're ordering off their website. If you use the code MMA UK 15, you will get a 15% discount with them guys. So, if you're into your CBD products, head over, have a look. They got some good stuff, and yeah, make sure you use that code, and you'll get a bit of a discount.
Is that not hash, Lewis? Is that not hash?
What's that?
Is that a hash? You're a drug dealer now, Lewis?
Is what hash?
The CBD stuff. That no, don't.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no. Peter, it's your show, but I'm gonna ask. That's what my first question for you was. So I'm gonna come back to you on that one.
I just thought maybe because you're famous now and getting recognised, you've turned to the drugs now. After we made you the Helwani of Wales.
Yeah. I ain't saying nothing on that, Pete. I ain't saying nothing. But anyway, guys, head over MMA UK 15 or CBD Life UK. Tonight we are joined first of all by none other than Lew the Foot Long.
Nope.
Lew is a MMA fighter from South Wales and a very popular one at that. How are you seeing Lew?
Oh, pretty sweet, man.
How are you enjoying the weather?
Fucking lovely, isn't it? Nice. Yeah. Nice and sweaty when you're trying to do anything.
Fair. Our second guest is going to be Cameron Wright, or is that it? Cameron the Expert Wright. Cameron, how are you this evening?
Not too shabby, not sure about the expert markings, but I'll take it.
Yeah, you're the expert, Cameron. And then, none other than the boss man himself, Peter Knox, boss man of MMA UK. Pete, first of all, talk us through what's going on there and how are you this evening anyway?
No, I've launched a new brand tonight called Tapoot. It's an original brand, no rip-off of any things, and if anybody shares the show tonight, I'm going to give it away. This is from the camouflage range. As you can see, it's so fucking good you can't see it. Obviously, we had to make the logo available, so I couldn't make that camouflage, but we'll be selling them for £1, and it's buy one, get one free. So Frankie's going to put the link up very shortly.
Yeah, Lew Long, you going to get one of these tops?
I can't even see it.
I know, it's how good it is. It's camouflage.
No, it's the things are in the way. What does it say on his chest?
It says Tapoot.
Oh, I was hoping it said sexy slut or something.
Dolly the sheep. I'll get that next week.
Well, you want twins, do you?
What a way to start the show, guys. Fair play.
Yeah, rolling downhill big time.
Hang on. I want you to see my guns. Every week, whoever the guest fighter is, have to show me their guns, because nobody has got guns as big as me. So show me your guns, Lew.
Oh, I can't shoot.
Come on.
Put me to shame. My arms are too tired from holding on to sheep. They're fucking pretty strong and fast up here.
No, fair play. So, Lew, it's been a while since we've caught up with you. First of all, you had a fight back in May. You won by a second round submission. Obviously, that was with a promotion called Raged UK. What was it like to get back to winning ways, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, it's just nice to get back in there and get a bit of time in the cage. It's just, yeah, good fun. Just want to get... Shut up, you dick! Yeah.
Ooh, let the dogs out!
Oh, man, he's the cutest thing ever.
So that's Lew's dog. What's the name, Lew?
His name's Morty.
Oh, excellent. That is excellent.
It looks like a fake sheep.
Yeah, he does. He does. I tell you what, getting spunk out with his hair is fucking terrible.
It's a good job this is the late show, to be fair, guys. So.
It's a summer, you should be shearing them anyway. Shear it off.
Shave it off.
Shaving haven.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what was the experience like for you getting back in the cage? But obviously you got a second round victory. Pretty dominant victory as well. How was it?
Say that again?
You obviously got a second round victory. Pretty dominant. Choked him out going to tap. What was that like for you?
Yeah, good fight. Yeah, he's not, obviously rated that high, that guy, but he's awkward, like very awkward. Normally, I was so dominant in the grappling positions. I would normally have finished there anyway, but he was pretty awkward, and he never looked to win, just looked to try and stop me from winning.
Yeah. And what like fighting with Raged? Obviously, you've been with Cage Warriors the last couple of years, but did it feel good to sort of step outside of the Cage Warriors brand a little bit and branch out somewhere else?
Yeah. I mean, I think now, I think my contract's run up and I'm a free agent, so, yeah.
You're not with Cage Warriors anymore, then?
I've been with the Intensity Management.
So are you in talks with him at the moment? You see what's happening next for Lew Long?
There's nothing going on, mate. I potentially fighting in some 1805 Polish UFC vet on the London card.
Right. Okay.
But it was lower money than I'd been on for a while, no expenses. And then they announced the title fight on the card, guys I've never really heard of. So, you know, I just wanted, what I asked for was it to be put in the contract that I'd be next in line for the title if I win. But no go apparently, so, you know.
So there's nothing, no sort of fight news coming up for you to announce tonight then?
No. Fuck, no.
And do you have any sort of return date in your mind then, Lew, as to when you'd like to sort of step back in, or even is there a potential promotion, if not Cage Warriors, that you'd like to go with?
Fuck, I'd love to go with Bellator.
I was just going to say that. I would love to see you in Bellator. I think you would light it up, mate.
They got a great welterweight division, and you know they do things a lot differently to UFC and sort of the other branded fight, you know, that aren't really seem to be so much for the fighter, do they? You know, but yeah, I mean, their welterweight division's awesome, and any chance I could get on there, would be fucking great, like, you know.
Yeah, terrific. Peter, have you got any contacts at Bellator? We can get Lew signed up over there.
Signed up where?
Over Bellator. You got any contacts over there?
Yeah, we can start pushing him as well. We can do a thing like that if he wants on. So we're trying to get Chris Vanguard signed as well. It would be the first Scotsman to be signed for Bellator. But I think Lew would be brilliant in Bellator. I think he would cause some havoc, create some waves, and
I'd be the first Welshman as well.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. We'll push you in that. We'll do a Twitter and all that, and get everybody to retweet it for you.
Sounds sexy.
Yeah, baby.
That'd be good. A good idea. And like you said, obviously it's a great welterweight division over in Bellator as well, isn't it? So
yeah,
to get into that level of competition would be good, if not sort of Cage Warriors or the UFC.
Yeah, I mean, like, realistically now, I'm 29 now. You know, I got over 20 pro fights, a lot of first round stoppages. I want more than a fucking bag of crisps and a pat on the back, like, fighting, you know. I want some reasonable money, a good fight, and with a clear line of where I'll be going next. You know, some incentive to fight, not just keep winning. You know, I've done plenty of that in my time. You know, it's not just my first fucking thing around the bush now, is it? You know.
Yeah.
Lew,
is there anybody you would like to call out? Is there anybody you would want to batter right now?
Oh, that fucking the one who's fighting for the title, Muradi. His name. Well, Cage Warriors, he pissed me off a bit. So, you know, if he wins the title, even if he doesn't, you know, can't upset a fucking member, can you?
Yeah. And what do you make of Murad Jantamini there? He had one fight in Cage Warriors, which he won by a knockout. And now he's got a title shot. I mean, does that make you feel a little bit bitter about that obviously someone sort of just jumping in again straight for a title shot?
Oh, no, I'm not bitter. But yeah, you wrong sport if you're going to get upset about stuff like that. But no, I mean, that knockout was awesome. It was very well timed. Other than that, you know, I don't really know who he is. I've seen some of the stuff he posted up, right? He's a little bit phallically obsessed, I think. Maybe trying to hide his own sexuality, I think. But yeah, I mean, he's on 7 fights in the win streak.
Yeah. So,
you know, I think it was London based as well, so you can't argue with Cage Warriors for putting him in there. Obviously, I wish I'd like to have been the opposition, but oh well, you know, oh well.
Yeah, on to the next. But obviously, that Cage Warriors welterweight division is very, very good at the moment. You've got a lot of big fighters in there.
Is it though?
Sorry, Luke, go on.
Is it that good? Welterweight?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of. You know, I mean, obviously, I'm not a fighter, but I think you, among other fighters, is making that a very, very competitive division.
Well, not looking at it from my point of view here.
That's fair. But I mean, one of the guys who I was going to mention was also on that card is Ross Houston. Obviously, I know you've got 2 Scottish guys here who are both big fans of Ross. You and Ross are obviously meant to fight in the past. What do you make of Ross being on that card, and what do you think is next for him on that? after that card, Lew?
I like Ross. We had a couple of beers together, you know. He's a good fighter that doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but you know, he's had 5 fights. Like, he's not ready to go in there against the high level type of guy. And though he doesn't make many mistakes, there's no way he could go in there and fight me like he did Khalid. It's you know, it's different kettle, different box of G's, as they say. You know, so I hope all the best for him as he's fighting Nathan Bagentag.
Yeah.
Just come from. Never seen Bagentag fight, but you know, at least it's a step for him, a step in the right direction towards the higher tier of fighters. You know, because I think Bagentag had quite a few fights, don't he?
Yeah, I think he's had a good two.
Knock anyone out anyway, does he?
Yeah. How would you feel about like a matchup with someone like Dalby though? Leo, obviously he's a veteran. You're a veteran now in Cage Warriors. Would that be a matchup that would interest you?
Yeah, I think me and Dalby are happy to fight each other. We're good mates, like old Fathead and me. And yeah, I mean, we're always happy to get it on. We're both, you know, good guys, same mentality. He's a good guy, I like him. But, you know,
and Peter, what would you like to see Lew do next? If he was to stay in Cage Warriors, where would you like to see him go? Who would you like to fight?
No, Lew, I wouldn't mind him getting a rematch for his last loss, and then maybe push for a title shot after that. Because I think if Ross wins his fight, I reckon he's going to get a title shot, and then I think Lew should probably, if he goes to Cage Warriors again, go for the rematch and then push for the title shot.
Rematch, sure.
We sold it, didn't it? Sold it.
Oh yeah, sold it. Yeah, I'd happily fight him again. You know, bad mistakes, mistake made, you know. But I'd fucking fight again. I don't think it was in the case of class. You know, you just you know, it's fucking mistakes in it. Yeah, I'd fight again if it could happen. That'd be great.
Yeah. And what about a fight with Ross, Lew? Would you still like to fight with Ross as well?
I always thought of it as a step back for me.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But if Ross has got the title, then it wouldn't be.
Yeah, true. But, you know, as I said, there was no incentive for me to fight Ross, really. I mean, you know, he's 5-0. Great, you know. Bag of all money, you know. Really, come on. No sort of, like, do this, you'll get this fight, or you have another fight and you'll go for the title or something. There's never ever been any, you know, direction.
Yeah. So, Lew, is it fair to say you think you're getting a bit of kind of a rough deal with Cage Warriors at the moment? Obviously, it seems to be that they're pushing other fighters, whereas they're not sort of pushing you as much. Would you say that's a fair call?
Yeah, it's a fair call, but, you know, so what, you know, I know my worth. I'm sure they know, you know, they know what they're doing. I haven't been exactly active either, but, so, you know.
Yeah.
As I said, like, I'm happy to fight anyway. I just want something, you know, relative to my experience and, you know, my worth, you know. So, fuck it. You know. Decent fight, decent money, and just go, like.
Yeah. No, it's understandable. I think also you've earned your spot in the division now. The rankings in the country. So, you know, I think you do definitely a bit more push to ask for the bigger fights and the bigger money.
Yeah.
Really.
You got to, you know, you get a bit older, and you start thinking about what's going on. You know, what's it going to be worth? I mean, you hear about fighters dying in the cage all the time, and then you think, well, you know, fucking hell, you're doing this with a pat on the back and fuck all, like, you know. So, yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, as I said, it's nice to get a bit more here and there, but yeah.
I think it's about waiting, you know, for that right opportunity as well, Lew. I mean, one thing I wanted to talk about tonight was obviously one of your training partners is Craig Thundercat White.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, he was meant to fight for the title for Cage Warriors. I think you know he earned his way up to that spot, but then got snapped up for the UFC. I mean, first of all, can you speak a little bit about Craig and what it means for him to get to that UFC shot against Neil Magny?
What's again?
Obviously, you know, Craig got into the UFC, fought on the co-main event against Neil Magny. Can you speak a little bit about Craig and sort of how hard he works and obviously getting that shot up on the big event in Liverpool?
Yeah, Craig makes me laugh, man. He's always talked about himself as like the fallout guy, you know. It's the one they pull in last minute and stuff like that. And yeah, he's a real humble bloke, a good skill set, and he deserves to be there. I'm really happy for him. Like, me and Craig get on well after live, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. With a good camp for it. But I can't believe how much weight he kept in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was speaking to him every day about it. I was concerned. You think, fucking hell, you take a knock like that, you're gonna die. But and then he pulled Till, whatever his name is, on for weight. Didn't he miss weight or something?
Darren Till, yeah, he missed weight leading up to that fight.
Fucking hell, yeah. Fair play, to Craig. You had 2 weeks to do that fucking shit.
Yeah. Is that something that, annoys you a bit, Lew, when fighters sort of main event in the car and then miss weight?
In all honesty, I don't watch UFC at all. I don't know what events are coming up. I don't know any fighters. When Craig said to me about his fighting Neil Magny, I was like, yeah.
Who's he?
Yeah. Okay, cool. What's his record? Who's his last fight? He's like, oh, no, UFC, Liverpool. Oh, all right, okay. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of the sport. I just enjoy training and fighting. I got too many things to do than stay up late and watch UFC. Not that you boys haven't,
I think that's quite a common thing amongst a lot of fighters, is that when they spend a bit of time competing and doing it on a weekly, daily basis, it's not as interesting to watch, I suppose. But
I don't know. I've never been into it. I mean, I've never been into one of the sports. If I was going to watch anything, would be like K1. But I've never gone out of my way to watch a card or
Have you ever watched Glory Kickboxing at all? That's always a good watch.
I've occasionally look. I don't even watch fights, but if I'm looking at fights, I'd back in the day Melvin Manhoof and stuff like that. I'd look at them, just think yes, hooks and kicks, nice. That type of thing. Or Mark Hunt.
Yeah, classic battles.
Would you ever be interested in getting into a K1 fight, though?
I've had a couple.
Yeah?
I come from a Muay Thai background originally.
How would you compare that to sort of an MMA fight? Would you prefer it, or is it for you love your grappling and want to stick to the cage of MMA?
Oh, I love stand-up, but do you know what? Fucking hell, I had 6 or 7 pro Thai fights. I think one of them I was paid 150 quid, and I couldn't walk for a week. I had to get carried to the pub after the fight. Fucking great. Shins in agony, legs in agony. They even do they're asking, do you want to have a fight with K1 with MMA gloves on, or Thai with MMA gloves on? It's no. Are you fucking nuts?
So, Lew, I actually went out to watch ONE FC in Singapore back in May, and on the undercard they had a Thai title fight, and I was in the cage with MMA gloves on, and it was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It was absolutely nuts. These guys, their level of striking is just insane. I think it ended with an elbow to the face, but it was just the level of kicks and striking is something else for these guys, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they can throw kicks easier than they can walk. They just whip them up, no issue. Block them, no issue. It's just, but that's what he's done when they've been bred since kids,
Yeah. Cameron, I just wanted to come back to you talking about Craig White. I know, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And unlike Lew, me and you are the kind of sad until 5-6 o'clock in the morning watching UFC. Did you get a chance to see Craig's fight with with Neil Magny?
Yeah, it was a really enjoyable fight. I think I was actually very interested to find out what Lewis thought about that weight cut specifically, because I read somewhere, I think it was 40 odd pounds that he caught in the 2 weeks.
47 pound.
And that's an insane to even. So what was his diet like in that period? Do you know what he was able to, what was the regime like in that period to kind of cut that kind of?
In that 2 weeks, they really asking much about food, but I know he weren't. Just what are you eating? He's fuck. Obviously no carbs, and the calorie intake must have been so small. But oh man, I felt
He's a big guy, Craig, as well, isn't he? Though.
Sorry.
He's a big boy, Craig, isn't he?
Yeah, I remember the first time we sparred, and I go onto a single leg, and I thought, fucking hell, his legs are the same size as mine.
Yeah.
The fuck.
I did like what I've seen from him in that fight, and yeah, I'm hopeful that we'll see him again. I'm sure we will get to at least see him, definitely with a full camp.
Yeah, like, it's nice. It's nice what Craig said about it. He said like, it just goes to show. Like, obviously, I've been whinging a lot recently to Craig and chatting, but shit, And he said it's nice, just nice to see that we're at that level. He said if one thing that's proved to him is he is at that level, which is great to hear, isn't it?
There's a lot of promise in the European scene at the moment. I noticed that two of the finalists in the Ultimate Fighter finale on Friday are both from Europe as well. Luca, what's his name? Cuccinello. He was from. He's training in Spain, and his opponent, whose name I can't actually remember just now, I'm sure he was training at SBG as well. So there's people all over Europe now that are finally getting recognised in the international scene. And it's good to see some, yourselves making the headway as well.
Yeah, no, it is definitely brilliant. And like I said, I think with that fight as well with Magny, it was only one little mistake that Craig made, and obviously Magny is a very, very seasoned veteran, isn't he? So, he's always going to capitalise especially when he's had a full camp as well. And Craig unfortunately just hadn't had that camp. And I think, to be honest, he looked brilliant in that first round. I don't know what you thought about it, Cameron, but I thought he did really, really well.
Yeah, it was it was a brilliant fight. You've got to remember is that Magny just came out of a decision with Carlos Condit, who's been arguably one of the best strikers on the planet for quite a long time. He had a rough, I think that's 3 fights now that Carlos Condit's lost in a row. But he was in there with GSP. He's been in there with Nick Diaz. He won the fight with Nick Diaz and arguably gave GSP one of the worst. Brought him closest to defeat that he's been in quite a long time. And Neil Magny was in there with that caliber of guy, and Craig White definitely hung with him in that first round. And if you can make that kind of showing in the feet, as I said, I'm definitely keen to see him again.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on then, obviously, speaking of the UFC, we've got a big one coming up this weekend. I know, Leo, you don't watch too much of it, but we'll bring it up anyway because it's huge news at the moment. UFC 226 is going to be going down on Saturday. First of all, the co-main event, which was for the featherweight title between Max Holloway and Brian Ortega, has been pulled off that card. Obviously very disappointing for the fans.
Totally gone.
They said what happened was that Max Holloway, the champion, was showing signs of concussion.
He ripped his tights.
Yeah, don't know what to say to that, Pete, but yeah, showing signs of concussion. Slurring his words. Apparently he went to sleep during the weight cut and they couldn't wake him back up for ages, so they actually pulled him off the fight. Cameron, I'll come to you first. How disappointing is this for the fans to miss out on this title fight?
I'd actually just spent the night before messaging one of my mates back and forth for quite a while about all the ins and outs of this fight coming up, and it looked to be one of the best featherweight fights that we're going to see possibly this era. Max Holloway's been on one of the longest win streaks in featherweight history, if not the longest in featherweight history. I think he took that record against some of the best.
Conor, the last one to beat him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and would love to see that fight again, but I'm sure that's down the road. Hopefully, anyway. But yeah, and Brian Ortega as well, a brilliant product to Rener Gracie. You see, his jiu-jitsu is at a different level again. Another very well-rounded fighter. So it was due to be a barn burner, basically. But yeah, I think the only explanation I can think for Holloway having to drop out so close to the fight must be that he must have taken a concussion in training camp. And I'm sure, Lewis, you might be able to associate with this, but like a lot of fighters, if they know that they're really close to a fight, if they've made the weight, if they've been through the hardest part of a training camp, they're not going to say, I don't want to turn up for the fight. They're going to, if they can get away with hiding an injury, they will do so. But I think this has worked against Holloway this time and done us all out of a really nice fight.
Yeah, no, that's what I wanted to ask Lew, actually. I mean, obviously, you know a bit more about it than us, Lew. Holloway obviously being pulled so close to the fight. Do you think it would have been a case that he's been hiding the symptoms now, not sure that he was concussed and still go ahead with the fight? Or do you think it's a sort of an onset thing that's come on all of a sudden?
The thing is, I mean, when was he sparring last?
I would imagine recently, to be honest.
If he's going to have a concussion on the week of a fight for the title, God knows what he's been doing. But, he's done it. Obviously, he's trained plenty of times and fought plenty of times before. what can you say now? You can't, if you any signs of concussion and you're cutting weight, you know, it's all about fighter safety, and I'm not a fan of cutting weight. You know, the last thing you'd want is a bloody death there from weight cutting. You know, obviously due to, you know, complications like concussion and stuff, but you can't be expected to fight when he's got something like that. If he slurred his words and stuff, I mean, fuck.
Yeah. You know. Well, there was an interview, Lew, and he was being interviewed by Michael Bisping, and Bisping actually in the interview said, "Max, you tired? What's wrong? Like you look sleepy. You're not speaking properly. What's wrong?" And he just wasn't. You could see in his face he wasn't with it. So I mean, I think that's a definite sign. If Bisping's picking it up and bringing it up on an interview, that there's definitely something not right, isn't there?
Oh, that's harsh.
Do you think as well, Lew, that could be an error in sort of Max's preparation if he has been sparring this close to the fight? I mean, is that something that you do? How close up to a fight do you spar?
I don't spar in the last week. I just, you know, keep it chilled. But you know how you know, if he is dropping weight that week as well, he's not going to be too sharp, because it's, you know, you can't wait. It sucks, but Christ, if you're carrying concussion injuries, obviously a few days after, he definitely shouldn't be. You know, as a coach, he should. Yeah, I wouldn't. If he was going to fight, he wouldn't be bloody doing interviews. You know, if he's slurring his words and stuff.
I remember the last weight cut that Max Holloway attempted when he was supposed to be trying to make weight to fill in for, what fight was that again?
Khabib.
Yeah, he was going to fill in for the Khabib fight, and yeah, I remember that was called off because of a bad weight cut, but they didn't actually specify what symptoms he was displaying that made them say that they didn't, and he felt that he was still able to cut weight. So I wonder if this is something that has been brought on by the weight cut itself, or if, you know, remember in recent memory, Henan Barrow took an injury because when he was cutting weight, he slipped and fell in the bath because he felt faint and cracked his head and ended up out of a fight. So you don't know that maybe he's taking a lightheaded fit and knocked his head in the bath on the way to the plane or something. But
this could be a long-term standing thing that we don't know about as well.
That'd be the worst thing, I think. That's what I actually feared the most when I read that this morning, was that for something to be coming on at this stage or to be showing those kind of symptoms, that's signs of a brain injury one way or another. And you know, Holloway's one for standing and throwing, but you want to see fighters have long and healthy careers and not end up throwing their words in the 30s. Sorry, what was that?
How often the MRIs with UFC?
Not sure. Not often enough, I would say.
It's something how many MRIs they have for the UFC? Is it just once a year, or is it before they fight every time?
Could be yearly, isn't it?
It should be every fight. If it's a UFC, they can afford it.
I would agree.
They can afford it.
If they're happy to pay enough money to drug test people, you know, morning, noon, and night, I'm pretty sure that an MRI beforehand, especially in considering I think they all get health insurance as well, but that's you know.
But we're all speculating that he might have sparred this week or just last week. It could have been from sparring a couple of weeks ago, because concussion can go on for weeks.
Yeah, and they're going to say that apparently I was reading that they plan to move this fight now to the 227 card, which is actually only a month away. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, if you're suffering from symptoms severe enough to prevent you from a card, like you said, those symptoms can run on for ages. There's a fighter at lightweight, what was his name? That ended up with concussion symptoms and had to basically give up fighting. It was TJ Grant, that was it. TJ Grant was almost a title challenger at lightweight in the UFC a few years back, before Benson Henderson kind of time, and he ended up giving up completely because of the concussive symptoms, because he said they ran on for more than a year.
Yeah, I think they'll have Ortega versus Stevens or Edgar for 227, like an interim belt shit, something like that. I think that would be the best way to go and give Max time to recover.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Pete. Out of curiosity, Pete, who did you have picked for this fight? We always like to get your predictions. Who are you going for in this one?
Well, because I didn't do any research because they got it pulled out, but I was more about fighter safety and hopefully Max will recover. But to me, it was going to be an intriguing fight. I just think Max is on a different level. Ortega's a great fighter, but I think he's one of those fighters that gets to elite level and then he's just going to just fail at the last chance. I always fancy Max if he's 100%, but I've just got a feeling Hopefully he'll recover and he comes back 100%. But I've just got a feeling Max won't be back for a while. So
Yeah.
I think they'll set up an interim belt, and I think I would love to see Jeremy Stevens via Ortega. I think that'd be a great fight.
Yeah, if Max can't come back, I think that would definitely be the one to make, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but if Max was 100%, I would have went for Max.
Yeah. Pete, I want to just give a shout out to you as well. I see you've got your Venom hat back on tonight. And
Well, I just wanted to say, did I miss anything? Because my internet's been playing up all week. It was apparently fixed, and now it's fucking playing up. So I'm using my 4G now on my other phone. So I would just like to say, fuck you, Virgin Media, you motherfuckers. How the fuck am I meant to run a business?
I'll join you with that. They meant to be coming out installing internet, but they fucking haven't. I'm emailing them, ringing them.
They're a bunch of fuckers. And when you phone them, you end up talking to Pakistan and all that shit. I mean, fuck's sake.
Scottish Wi-Fi, Pete, that's what I'll say. Put another pound in the meter.
I actually think going my laptop, it's came back on now, but I'll just stick to my phone for now.
Yeah, no, fair play. So on to the next fight then, which is at UFC 226, which is the main event. Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier for the heavyweight belt. Obviously, two champions coming together. Cameron, can I get your predictions on this one first?
It's a dream matchup, really. It's so difficult to predict, but I actually think I don't think I could pick who I think will win, but I can definitely pick how I think it's going to get fought. Is that DC's a perfect clinch fighter. That's where he does his best work, and it's never been an issue for him to fight a taller, more difficult guy. Stipe's boxing at range is better, but his shot's better as well. And I think it's going to come down to who manages to get the takedown first. Stipe's brilliant in top position, DC's brilliant in top position, but we've not actually seen anyone really be able to take either of them down. So we don't know how, I think that's where it's going to end up getting fought. If I had to pick someone, I would grudgingly give the edge to DC. But I think it's going to be very close and a very good fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Lew, do you have any knowledge on either of these two fighters, the heavyweight champion Stipe and heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier?
Oh, I like Cormier. He made that video, didn't he, talking about singing about food.
He did. Cake and chicken.
Cake and chicken.
Yeah.
Any predictions from you for this fight, Lew, or don't know, don't care?
Yeah, don't know, don't care.
Pete, why have we got three pictures here on the screen?
It's watching, baby!
It's a nightmare.
Yeah,
Who wants to fucking go? 3 of me against you.
It's going south fast. Pete, can we get a prediction from you? Whichever one in the middle, Pete. Which one do you think is going to win, Stipe or DC?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can't see you now, but we can hear you.
Sorry. Right, okay. No, this is a real super fight. You got two great. I think Stipe's like the greatest heavyweight of all time. So, DC obviously started off as a heavyweight, and he stepped back down. Obviously, to fight Cain Velasquez, and then obviously he had that thing with Jones. As I say, I think if DC wins this, I think he does become. And when you talk about the GOATs of fighting, I think DC has to come in that conversation now if he can be the double champion, because he's beat a lot of people at heavyweight, he's beat a lot of people at light heavyweight, and now he's fighting Stipe, the greatest heavyweight of all time. I don't think he's going to win that. Obviously, the only thing that goes against Cormier is his fights with Jones. Obviously, even though Jones is a cheating motherfucker.
Legend, though, isn't he?
No, he is, though, isn't he? He's a fucking dick pill taking, car crushing, hit and run, eye poking, cheating motherfucker. Should probably never fight again. But yeah.
Say what you really think, Pete.
What's that?
Say what you really think.
No, but I'm just saying. Don't get me wrong. I think everybody would love to see John Jones back and fighting. It's just a waste of a fucking career. I think he could have been a legend of the sport and all that. And
I think he still will be. I think I will be very surprised if we don't see, so long as Jones doesn't get banned for like some insane amount of time, which is possible, we're going to see him in Brock.
Yeah, he'll come back, but I don't think he's going to ever live up to the hype that he could have been the greatest of all time. So, but I think DC's only got a few fights left. I don't think he'll beat Stipe. I think Stipe will keep it at range and his head hunting and eventually knock him out, maybe the third round. I think DC will go to clinch and make it a dirty fight, but I think Stipe will be too much for him. Yeah. I'd love to see DC win it, but I don't think so. I think DC wants Jones again, I think he wants a big money fight like Lesnar or something as well in the future. But it'll probably depend if he wins his fight or not.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think Stipe is going to win it. I think he's got a bit too much power for DC, and I think it's going to end by a knockout. So I'm going to go with Stipe on that one as well. And then the last fight I wanted to talk about was another heavyweight battle between Francis Ngannou and Derek Lewis. Another really good fight. Cameron, to you first. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, this is going to be the battle of the gas tanks. I think we'll definitely see. There's going to be some swinging. Is going swinging and banging, as Mr. Derek Lewis has put it a few times. But I think we're going to see a good, strong first round, and then it is going to be about who has the gas tank to last the final couple of rounds. But I'm going to give the edge to Ngannou in this one because I think he might get it done in the first.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the Black Beast in this one. I think he's going to. I think he's a very athletic guy. I think he's going to be able to get some takedowns. And I think he's going to win by a decision going against the Grinch. Everyone's saying it's going to be a knockout, but I think Black Beast is going to get a decision victory. Pete, thoughts?
Decision?
I think so, yeah. I've got a feeling it's going to be a shock decision.
You could be right. It'll probably be the most boring fight in the card because none of them have power. And I mean, but no, it's either going to be a quick fight, isn't it, or they're both going to gas and they'll have no power to knock each other out. I think Lewis will go for takedowns, try and mount him and finish him that way. I think everybody wants Ngannou to win and get that hype going again. You know what I mean? But I think even if Ngannou wins, I don't think he'll ever beat Stipe. I think the same thing would happen again if they fight. I don't think he'll evolve. I think he just relies too much on that power and that uppercut from hell. And he looks to counter. So I think Lewis will play it smart and try and take him down. It's gonna be an interesting fight. I hope it's not one of those where they both gas within the first round and then they've just got no power and it just turns out to be a shitty, boring fight.
I predict exactly that.
I think Derek Lewis. I think that is going to happen. I think Derek Lewis is just going to have a bit more gas in the tank.
Well, Lewis can fight. At least Lewis can fight when he's gassed.
Yeah.
So I think Lewis will take him down and mount him, and I think Ngannou will probably give up.
Yeah. No, that's what I think is going to happen as well. So I think, obviously, that's two going first. Derek Lewis and Cameron the expert going for Ngannou there. So yeah, that's going to be UFC 226 this weekend. It's going to be a big one. Obviously, we're all looking forward to that.
Hopefully, there'll be some kicks in the dicks as well.
Had to get it in there, Peter.
Yeah.
No, fair. Something I wanted to ask you, buddy, as well, is about the Mat Academy. You've moved to a new location. Is that correct?
We have.
Give it to us about the new setup.
Oh, it's awesome, man. So happy to be out there, officially on my own. Well, on our own, me and Wayne Samways running it, and been busy. Picked up some real momentum now. They got quite a few guys coming through, and just enjoying being a coach and enjoying being on the mats with my guys. You know, so it's awesome there, man.
Is there anybody to look out for, Lew?
We got a couple of amateurs coming through. We got a guy called Ben Ellis, who's 6-0 now at the amateur. And he could be making, my dog's humping me, he could be making big things soon. But a young lad called Ethan Civvy is on the first amateur fight on September. The Cage Warriors card, and that fight looks to be awesome. Him and one of Shakey's boys, it looks awesome. Morty, fuck off. Fuck off, you sheep.
Want some attention, baby.
Did you get over to that last card over in Evervale, the Cage Warriors Academy?
Yeah, it was there, yeah.
You had a couple of guys. How was that evening for you?
Sorry?
How was the evening for you over there? Obviously, I know you had a couple of guys on the card, didn't you?
Yeah, I was really happy with this. And, obviously a mixed bag, but, most of the guys had a great fights, and, it's exactly what it fuck off! Exactly what it's meant to be as an amateur, good fights, tough, showing your heart, showing your will. Good setup as always. Shaky always does do a good card,
Yeah.
Can we just say that no sheep were harmed during the Fit Live filming of this show as well?
Nah, he's gonna get a fucking kick in the dick, oh.
No. And Peter, something to ask you as well. Is it obviously you're doing a bit of work with Arena now? Have they got another card announced that I see the other day? Another one coming up?
Yeah, they've got a card coming up in November in Dunfermline, I think. They'll be doing the swords again for amateur fighters, but they've now announced they'll be doing Thor hammers for the pro fighters. They want to do that rather than belts, and plus every fighter who wins will get one. We might try and book Lew if he's available in November and wants to win a Thor. If you want to win a Thor hammer, that'd be fucking cool.
Who the fuck doesn't want to win a Thor hammer?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll message you, Lew. We'll try and match you up in November. I'll even give you a blow up sheep as well. Fight bonus, a blow up sheep, and it won't bite you in the middle of interviews either. But, yeah, there's a few shows actually coming up in Scotland. It's not just Arena. We'll work closely with all the promotions. I think On Top has got one in September as well. They're currently matching as well. We've got Budo. I think they're in November as well. Headhunters September. Got lots of exciting stuff in Scotland. We just don't have the big shows coming back. We would like to see Brave come up here. We want Cage Warriors to come back, even do Academy, Bama, Bella. We want them all, but they're just for whatever reason they're not coming up. So, but the local scene is buzzing at the moment. We've got lots of great stuff coming up.
Yeah, no, I think it's the case. It's the case in both Scotland and Wales at the moment. I know Wales hasn't seen as well as Scotland, so it's one of those things. We're getting a nice body shot for you there, Lew.
Still not as good as my baby.
What are we eating there, Lew? What's for tea?
Looks like waffles.
Cool dinner, right? I've got 6 waffles, 4 chicken things, like those sunflower chicken things, and a tin of beans and sausages.
Where's the haggis?
I haven't got any haggis.
And when you come up in November and fight on Arena, I'll get you some haggis, mate.
I'm dying to give it a go. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's brilliant.
Lew, the fight diet's going well then, buddy.
Sorry?
The diet's going well, but look at then.
I never gain that much weight, to be fair. I'm always fucking training. As you can see, my abs. Wait, there was the light. There we go. There we go.
Peter, how's that for you, Peter?
That's not bad, but not as good as mine.
Taboot.
Cameron, do you want to go?
Absolutely not.
Lewis, get your abs out. Let's go. I heard you've been doing some PT sessions.
I do with the Sharpie. But no, guys, obviously just want to say a big thank you for joining this evening. Lew, where can people find you on social media, buddy? Where can we give you an ad and where can the fans see your stuff?
www.fucksheep.com
www.shittydick.com Shitty sheep dick. Yeah, just like Lew_Long on pretty much everything. Yeah, smash me up. Add me up. Yeah, send over your sexy nudes as well.
Yeah.
You'll be getting plenty from Peter tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm just on its way.
We'll have a game of ball or shaft.
No, boys, I gotta say it's a good job we call this the Late Show and put it up as there on the page because I think we'll be getting complaints otherwise. But Lew, it's always been a pleasure to speak to you, buddy. Cameron,
yeah, man.
Have a good one. Buddy, have you got your social media sorted out yet?
No, I'm still just on the Facebook at the moment, but I'll be posting on the MMA page time to time.
And Pete, anything you want to shout out before we go?
Yeah, Tapoot, £1. There'll be links going in later on. £1, buy one, get one free. I'm going to send one to Lew. He's going to model one for me later on. CBD UK, obviously your drugs, Lewis, so you need to keep your habit going. So remember and press the link and buy some shit off that. And
yeah, I'll be using my discount. Lew, just before I let you go as well, is that something you've been using? Do you use any CBD oils or anything like that? I know it's a bit of a trend at the moment.
I don't take any supplements. All I do is Stella.
yeah.
the best way. And anything you want to say to your fans? Obviously, I know you've got a big support down in Wales. Anyone you want to shout out or thank before we go?
Always thank you for the support, and I'll be back soon. Kicking some.
Brilliant. Well, guys, always a pleasure to chat to you all. Just want to say thank you all for joining me. To everyone watching, Give this video a like. Our page on YouTube is @MMA UK. That's also our handle for Twitter and Instagram. Also follow us on Facebook. And as always, see you next time. Thank you very much. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. See you.
Adios.
You guys have a good one.